bit, and then they started playing slow ball, which is what they do. We knew that, and we could just never get a rhythm. It seemed like every time we were in a rhythm, something weird would happen. Whether it was a penalty or a drop or a bad call, whatever, I don't know. But we just never got that rhythm. And then once those things start to spiral like that, then bad things happen towards the end. But I do know this: we're 6-2, and we played some really good football up until this point. This is a bad game. Move past it. Get started again tomorrow. There's nothing else you can do. I'd love to sit here and say, that we have some magic potion or something, but, or I know all the answers to why we didn't play well today. I don't. But I know this. This was a big-ass game today, and we didn't deliver on it. But we're also in a position to be in a big-ass game. So I don't want our guys to lose sight of that. Damn, we're 6-2. Things are good. I think we were 9th or something in the country. Bad game.
How do you mentally get over a day like today and sort of get refocused on the fact that you guys still do have a ton to play for?
No
because
question.
This is a hard mental day for you guys.
For sure. We have 4 more games and conceivably could be 10-2 at the end of the year. So we still have a lot to play for. How do we get by it? Well, the first thing I told the Whiteouts today, right after the game, is this game was the polar opposite of last week's game, the Texas game. The highs of that one was just phenomenal. And we've got to learn to put those type of emotions in the middle, no matter what. If you get after it and you are winning and you win a big game like we did last week versus Texas, you got to find a way to take that thing from being here and move it to there for the course of the week. You can't continue to ride on that, and the same thing's got to happen in this game. So we've got to put everything in the middle and just go to work. So it needs to be that way. It needs to be a flat line all year long, and the highs and lows are on game day, and that's it. And then all of a sudden you're back to the middle.
You mentioned yours. Sorry.
We just didn't do it. The week of prep, I'm going to go back and evaluate that. But to be honest, I just think that we missed a couple things early and just never got it started.
You mentioned your receiver group, and they, even with injuries, they've been pretty darn solid up until today. But it just seemed like little things, guys. I think Stephon tripped coming out of a break and the interception. Brennan has a great catch and then the fumble. It just seemed like they were on the edge of something great, and then
those are a couple plays that come to mind right away. And those are game-changing plays. We call it what it is. Those are the ones that keep you rolling in a game, keep you in it, and keep guys focused, keep the team focused. We play better defense when we're close. We play better offense when we're close. When you start to have it spiral out like that, it's hard to stay focused. And some of the little things, caught us even more, and we just never got it going. So how do we get it back to flatline tomorrow? That'll be the thing.
You had mentioned kind of the preparation, and Mike talked about that he kind of changed some things up this week. Do you feel like how was the offensive preparation kind of leading into today?
There's no way around it. Coach Denny did exactly what he needed to do. My opinion. He may come in and say something else, but with where we were, just physically, he absolutely did the right thing. We had enough guys show up today to put ourselves in a position, and again, we just didn't make the play. And I've got a couple calls that I'd love to have back. I got a couple plays I'd love to see caught. I got a couple throws I'd love to see thrown again, and a couple protections. So everybody took a shot. We talk about our 111th and the 111th on our team. Everybody took a turn, and when you do it like that, it adds up. We're going to go back. We'll see MAs. There's no question. Missed assignments. We'll see opportunities to stay within reach in this game, and pull one out at the end. It just didn't happen today. And like I said, it got out of hand in the second half, and we just didn't get it done.
You can only do so much reps in practice, or even last week for like a guy like Stephon Johnson, but how much does just being in a different atmosphere potentially impact those guys? Because obviously making some drops that they didn't make a week ago in a good, positive environment for them.
I don't know. I wonder how much we feel like, you have some success and how much you feel like it's just going to come natural and easy. You got to go to work all the time. You got to make those tough catches. We didn't get in a lot of one-on-one individual battles this week versus our defense at receiver for fear of losing a couple guys because we were just down, and maybe that was part of it. Maybe that showed up a little bit, but I guess if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd try and get our guys at least to the race. Like I said, we just didn't make those plays early, and that was the key.
The run game struggles, is it a matter of physicality? Is it more complex than that? Have you been able to pinpoint what's going wrong in the running game?
Well, you can see today we didn't have a couple guys.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference, You look back at the Big 12 championship last year, when you have a couple interior linemen banged up in new spots and you have a new tailback, things look a little different. Now it hasn't clicked all year long. I mean, we got to figure that part of it out. And we got to push it down the field. The defensive line, we got to give our backs more space. I got to find a way to get that ball run, and that falls on me. I got to find the scheme that's going to give our back a chance.